Some moth to the flame, each to his passion. What's in a name? Depends on the name.
With a passion for handsome men, exquisite jewellery and art collections, Elizabeth Taylor's life was a kaleidoscope of love, tragedy, fame, glamour and courage. She was one of the first actresses to launch her own perfume empire, pioneering a very successful business when actresses largely only modelled for the industry. And with courage and compassion, she defied the stigma surrounding the AIDS pandemic, advocating for care, support and research funding when it mattered the most. Please join me today for part 2 as we continue to explore the extraordinary life of Elizabeth Taylor, amazing career woman and an iconic Hollywood legend. First actress to attract a $1 million contract. After 4 marriages, Elizabeth Taylor's life was about to change forever. At just 29, she nearly died from pneumonia. Doctors performed an emergency tracheotomy on her. The studios almost gave up on her. This serious health episode left her with a scar for the rest of her life. She came very close to dying. But death couldn't stop her because Cleopatra and Richard Burton were in her destiny. The 1961 production of Cleopatra had to be moved to Rome, a better climate for her and her ill health. And that's where she met the man who would define the next 20 years of her life. He was, of course, Mark Antony to her Cleopatra. On screen and off, they spent every spare moment together. The moment he fell in love. Love scenes that didn't look like they were acting, because they weren't. They were genuinely falling in love.
Forget me, please. Forget? How? I can never be more far away from you than this.
The Vatican called it erotic vagrancy. Hollywood called it box office gold. Burton would later say, "I wanted to marry her. I wanted to be near her. I wanted to breathe the same air." And he spent the next 2 decades trying to prove it. The scandal hit every front page in the world. Unfortunately, although Cleopatra was an extravagant production, it didn't do too well at the box office. Costing $44 million to produce, originally budgeted for 2 to 5, it nearly drove the studio 20th Century Fox into bankruptcy. 2 marriages, destroyed by 1 love affair. But this was real. On March 15, 1964, none of that mattered. This was the wedding that fans wanted. No Hollywood, no flashbulbs, just true love, happiness and a whole heap of fun. Elizabeth and Richard married in Montreal, Canada. They slipped away to pubs to have a drink, to relax and enjoy themselves. They tried to escape the journalists hounding them. They'd only just said "I do" and needed some time out. The fans were ecstatic, voting them as the most romantic, beautiful relationship ever. They loved them. They tried hard to escape the press, but they followed them and hounded them everywhere. But the press always caught up with them anyway. Reporters at the bar. They weren't posing. They weren't performing. They were just a couple trying to get out for a drink.
Mr. Taylor, would you repeat that comment about the crowds, how you feel about them? Mr. Burton, I'm sorry.
You better be.
Yes, I'm sorry. I missed it. Are you looking forward to visiting your native land?
Yes, I am. I always like to go back to England.
Would you do another Cleopatra, Miss Taylor?
No, I wouldn't.
Why not?
We gotta wrap it up.
Film.
Despite the reporters never leaving them alone and calling Richard Burton Mr. Taylor, they did get away together. This footage taken in Africa left their fans swooning. Everyone loved them, the romance of a century. Elizabeth adored animals. But behind the headlines, Richard and Elizabeth were a mother and a father. And there was plenty of love. Richard adopted her daughter, Liza Todd, giving her his own name. He raised her alongside his own children and their adopted daughter, Maria. whom they adopted together in 1964. And the press loved that part of the story. Glamorous Elizabeth and Hollywood bad boy reading bedtime stories? Photos of this time show a different couple from the glamorous movie stars they were in public. The VIPs, 1963. The first film Liz and Richard played together as husband and wife. Burton played a millionaire. Liz plays his wife. It was imitating life, because off-screen, Burton was determined to make her the most treasured and loved woman in the world.
I'm not going through that gate, Francis. I'm not going to let you go through that gate. I'll kill you first.
Go on, Mark.
No.
Go first.
The Sandpiper, 1965. On screen, Burton plays a minister, torn between his wife and a free-spirited young mother. Off screen, he was torn too, torn between giving Liz everything and watching her still mourn for Todd. He knew that MikeTodd had a very special place in Elizabeth's heart. He gave her rubies. Burton wanted to give her diamonds. In 1968, Richard bought Liz this 33-carat $1 million ring, the Croup diamond worn by the actress and socialite Vera Croup, gifted to her by her husband. Liz showcases this in the movie Boom, adopted from a Tennessee Williams play. Cecil is terminally ill. Into her life comes a mysterious man who confronts her and comforts her as she is dying. Liz refers to it as the Aurora emotion because of how the light moved inside it. Christie sold it in 2011 for $8.8 million. The movie ends with him actually throwing the ring in the sea.
See this ring with the famous stone called the Aurora?
It's a very noticeable object.
Yes. I noticed you noticed it. Is this a time for kissing? Thank you.
A woman doesn't usually thank a man for kissing her, especially when she's lovely and owns an island and the man's a guest.
What's usual is usually unimportant.
Liz was showered by jewellery. Burton also gave her the infamous emerald set, 23 carats of sheer luxury and beauty. Todd had bought her this magnificent diamond tiara. Check out the full story in part 1 of Elizabeth Taylor. The legendary blue sapphire Richard Burton bought her for her 40th birthday in '72. Magnificent Art Deco design by Bulgari.
What fascinates you so about jewelry? The beauty and the perfection, God's workmanship. They're all from the ground.
Trinket bracelet was her most treasured and sentimental gift ever, given to her by Todd. This one was for love, not show. In the 70s, her jewellery collection was insured for $10 million, the most valuable private collection in the world ever. Even the British Queen herself admired it. The La Peregrina is one of the world's most legendary pearls. Over 400 years old, weighing over 50 carats, it boasts the most fascinating history. Worn by the Spanish Queen Mary in a portrait of her wedding. MikeTodd bought it for her, $37,000 in 1967. It sold in 2011 for over $11 million. The most expensive pearl ever, with a legacy spanning European royalty and on to Hollywood. She wore it in the movie The Shrew, a romantic comedy mocking extreme patriarchal norms. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? All these diamonds, but this movie was what Liz was most proud of. This was her treasure. She won respect as an actress and an Oscar. She played a broken down, bitter woman. No glamour, no jewels, just raw truth. And Hollywood now saw her worth. She was far more than a Cleopatra. And in this movie she makes fun of Betty Davis's statement, "What a dump."
What a dump. What a dump. Huh? What's that from?
The faintest idea.
Dumbbell. It's from some damn Betty Davis picture, some goddamn Warner Brothers epic.
Now that I can't remember all the pictures that came out of the Warner Brothers.
He's asking you to remember every goddamn Warner Brothers epic, just one single little epic. That's all.
You did an imitation of Betty Davis.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Can you do it for us? And do you remember the line?
I remember the line.
What a dump. You know what she says? She says that more people think she says it that way because of your imitation than the way she said it in the movie.
I love it.
I'm loud and I'm vulgar and I wear the pants in the house because somebody's got to. But I am not a monster.
Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? This film received a total of 13 Oscar nominations. It's famous for making history as the only two movies ever to be nominated for Academy Awards in every single eligible category. She won the Oscar, married to Richard Burton at the peak of their scandalous and volatile marriage. He was proud of her and her talent, but was a slight jealousy brewing, as he had not won the Oscar himself? Is this why Burton bought her so many diamonds? Lucille Ball loved it too. Watch as she gets it stuck on her finger, live on television. The Burtons appeared on I Love Lucy. In a hysterical episode, Liz tries to get it back for an upcoming event where she's supposed to show it off to the public.
Your eyes really are lavender.
Wait till she hears the news and mine will be black and blue.
What do you mean, love? I'd say your cocktail hour had started a little early. But really, he's telling the truth. And incidentally, he's a wonderful plumber. Well, that's good to know if my pipes ever get leaky. But really, he is telling the truth. You're not kidding! She does have it on! Yeah, and I can't get it off. Oh! Here, we'll pour champagne over it. Champagne is good for everything. Really? I washed my hair in it. Oh! Oh, Your Majesty! Oh! Oh! She's little, but she's strong.
Oh, you're sensational, Elizabeth.
Thank you, love.
How did Richard manage to keep a straight face? But the marriage was becoming volatile. They divorced in 1974, still very much in love, so much that they remarried in 1975. But their volatile relationship was so problematic, it ended again for the last time in 1976. Liz had found that passionate love many times. What she needed now in life was peace. After finding plenty of passion and true love, Elizabeth was looking for peace and stability. In walked John Warner. She married him, and then came her invisible years. Struggling with overweight and lack of confidence, Hollywood stopped calling, the spotlight dimmed.
caring and more respectful of those individuals that have to do it.
But let's face it, you have the problem, and you're aware of it, I'm sure, that in many cases people come out to see Elizabeth Taylor and not John Warner. Does that pose a problem to you in getting the message across to the voters, do you think?
No, Elizabeth sits down very quietly and then they listen. Would you say that's true?
Well, some of them may come out originally to go out of curiosity or whatever, but they stay to listen to John, and that's the important thing.
You do have that feeling that they're listening to you?
Well,
absolutely.
I just feel so strongly on November 7th.
But Elizabeth Taylor, she doesn't stay down long. She comes out a phoenix rising from the ashes. She was back on daytime television with her new character, Helen Cassadine, on General Hospital, 1981. Furs and fury, ice-cold threats. She said she did it for fun, for the money, and because she was bored. This was just the start of her amazing comeback.
Deep, abiding love. I said Cassadine.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, shit. I see dark. I'm sorry, folks. I'm not used to acting.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to acting. Love her humour. As well as an eye for jewellery, she had an eye for art and was a collector. From an Abercrombie portrait to Van Gogh, she collected 400 paintings, millions of dollars worth. But it wasn't about the money, she had an eye for beauty. A Renoir, $116,000, she hung it in her bedroom. The Desperate Man, she said she saw herself in him, both beauty and pain. An easel in the Californian hills shows she dabbled in painting herself. Then she bought her masterpiece, Van Gogh. $11 million she related to him in an asylum, locked away with no escape. Van Gogh saw her pain and Andy Warhol saw the icon. His pop art style was perfect with her eyes. From owning paintings to being the painting, she didn't just collect art, she lived it. Then in 1984, her very best friend, Rock Hudson, got sick. They called it wrongly the gay plague. No one would say the word AIDS out loud, not even the president. Elizabeth Taylor fought him as well. She begged him to say the word, find the research, and to care. She started the American Foundation for AIDS Research herself, sold some of her own jewelry to pay for it.
I want to talk tonight about the disease that has brought us all together. AIDS affects all of us.
It wasn't just a public stand. The disease had hit her personally. Her own daughter-in-law, Aileen Getty, was HIV positive.
I think perhaps it's because I am a survivor, and I'm like a living example of what people can go through and survive. Yeah. I've had the lowest valleys, the highest highs. I've had a lot of tragedy in my life. I've had addictions. I've had weight problems. I've had extreme happiness. That's why it's kind of a miracle that I am actually going to be 60.
Yeah.
Rock Hudson escorted her to the Global Awards, where she was honoured by Liza Minnelli with the Cecil B. DeMille Award for Lifetime Achievement. The award recognised her 40 years plus of filmography as well as her growing humanitarian work off-screen.
The Golden Globes and I both started out in this town. Boy, that was a lifetime ago. I guess it is some kind of achievement to have survived that long. I remember when Cecil B. DeMille received the first award in 1952. I remember some of the giants received this award after. Disney, Zanuck, Warner, Judy Garland, Hitchcock, oh, so many of them. And I never dreamed, ever, that I would be standing here one day holding this award myself, not even to give it to somebody else, but to have it for myself. It's just It's amazing to me. And to be given it by the press? That's really incredible. I'm so thrilled. It's hard to express my true feelings. But I feel the sense of warmth and love in this room. And it makes me feel that perhaps after all, I really have achieved something. And I thank you for that feeling. And I thank you for this wonderful honor. Night.
What a heartfelt speech that was, and her gown is just amazing. But if all this wasn't enough for one woman's lifetime, Elizabeth Taylor empired her own perfume range, combining her favourite scents with her passion for life.
Elizabeth Taylor's passion.
Oh, Daddy, evokes a warm summer night.
She bottled her passion, her scent, her story into $1 million business. Sophia Loren had tried, but Liz Taylor made it work. Naming them after her jewels, white diamonds was one of her most popular. Paving the way for Britney Spears, J-Lo, Beyonce, Rihanna, every celebrity has a scent thereafter. Elizabeth Taylor proved a woman's name could become the brand. After empires and diamonds, she found peace again and her best friend in the Betty Ford Clinic. She met Larry Fortensky, a simple construction worker from Iowa. No fame, no agenda, just a man who saw her and not the icon. Michael Jackson called him the first man who made her feel safe without drama. And you can see it in the energy between them, and every photo, he's looking at her, not the legend. Michael walked them down the aisle. She married him in Neverland, fireworks over the castle. She sold the wedding photos for $1 million and gave every cent to her AIDS foundation. He loved her. He stayed through surgeries, pneumonia, every health scare. He loved the real woman. But even love can't live in two different worlds forever. She was global royalty. He was a quiet man. She lived 200 miles per hour. He needed quiet. 1996, they divorced. Just two friends who tried to make it work. Proving diamonds are forever, Taylor's diamond made it on TV again in The Nanny in the 90s.
Thing that you've ever done. Cleopatra, Virginia Woolf, but you know what my favorite was? Here's Lucy. Oh, I'll tell you, when your ring got stuck on her finger. You know, I bet you a lot of people ask you this, but could I? No.
With a late-night jewellery shopping show at the age of 77, 1.2 million people loved her. But Liz always returned that love and loyalty, as shown here, her loyalty to her friend Michael Jackson and the loyalty to her two main true loves.
Perhaps it sounds silly. I think we would have been married again. I think we were so passionately in love with each other that the highs were too high. It was almost like everything was too much. We loved each other almost too much. It sounds silly.
No, it doesn't.
But it was so intense that it was almost abnormal. But it was great. And we thought about each other, and we talked about each other, and whenever we'd see each other.
Even after the divorce?
Oh yeah, in between marriages and stuff, we'd flirt with each other, and if we were sitting next to each other, we'd feel each other under the table. And it was very hard for me to accept his death. It took a long time.
Was he the love of your life?
Mike and Richard were the loves of my life. They were both geniuses.
Talking about MikeTodd and Richard Burton.
Yeah. And they could both charm dogs, cats, flies, men, women. You name it.
You.
Me.
Liz Taylor was never a victim. Having brain surgery for a benign tumour, she told the world what she feared, then showed them how to face it. Glamour and courage were her legacy. And Michael Jackson loved her for it, admired her, and was always by her side.
Welcome to Hollywood. That's what they told you. A child star in Hollywood. That's what they sold you. Graceful beauty, charm and talent. You would do what you were told, but they robbed you of your childhood, took your youth, and sold it for gold. Elizabeth, I love you. You're more than just a star to me. Many started back when you did, lost their way, and now they're gone. But look at you, a true survivor, full of life and carrying on. When you reach your peak, they wanted you to fall. It's very sad, this world can be so bad. But through all the heartaches and things, but you down, you know you were the victor and you earned the crown. It's like walking through fire, determined to win. You were being trials again and again. Remember the time when I was alone. You stood by my side and said, let's be strong. You did all these things that only a true friend can do.
Two devoted friends, and when the time came, she stood by him too.
I will only repeat that I am a friend of Michael Jackson's, and I love him like a son, and I support him with all my heart.
Supporting each other at events side by side, he also showered her with jewellery, combining her love of animals with precious gems, showing their love for beauty and quirkiness. These old broads, 4 legends together, including Debbie Reynolds. For their history, watch part 1, where Eddie Fisher tore the friendship apart. But they were made of stronger stuff, broads in reality, who remained friends forever. An award from President Clinton, the Presidential Citizen Medal for AIDS activism, and she became a dame with an OBE from the British Queen herself.
Nobody fell down. I minded my manners, and we sat and watched, and it was a beautiful ceremony. Everybody was like in awe, and at a moment like that, you more or less go blank. She said something to me about my acting career and my charity work.
A very special day for Julie Andrews and Elizabeth Taylor, and she enjoyed it with her whole family surrounding her. From a glamorous movie star or a simple woman enjoying her garden, Liz remained relevant.
People who come here, does it take a super rich person to get behind their Volkswagen and deliver meals that are all
already prepared and delivered to somebody sick in bed, does that take a millionaire? Would you do that? Well then, God damn it, go on and do it. Okay.
That stubborn, activist nature never left her. Loyalty and love were also her nature. In 2010, she was in tears presenting Prince Charles with a bronze bust of Richard Burton. It found its home at the Richard Burton Theatre in Cardiff, Wales. From theatre to movies, from empires to charities, her glamour and her passion never left her. Although she struggled with health issues all her life, she was never a victim, always a survivor that came out stronger as ever. She passed away 23rd of March 2011, but legends never die. I'd like to believe she's now back in his arms, the arms of Richard Burton. He was waiting for her all this time. They are romping on a heavenly beach, together again for eternity. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.